distinct privilege to be able to introduce one of our patients, Karmenzind, who's going to share a few words.
I was going to stand up, but I'm too nervous, so I'm going to stay seated. Hi, my name is Karen, and I might just read this verbatim, because I'm not a very good public speaker. But, so I'm just going to start. Hi, my name is Karen, and I'm a nice Karen. A couple years ago, my best friend sent me a card that said, "I'm sorry I didn't take your cough more seriously." When I read this, I was caught off guard, but it was exactly what I needed, a good laugh. I was diagnosed with lung cancer in April of 2014. That makes me a 7-year survivor. I have never smoked. Thank you. I'm never a smoker, so you can imagine how shocked I was with the diagnosis. During the last 7 years, I've been part of several clinical studies. I've been part of so many studies I've lost control or count. Although every 3 months I come here, a huge amount of blood is drawn, which I'm assuming is because of the studies. I have a lot of stories. Unfortunately, I don't have time to tell them all, but there is one that I would like to share with you. I was part of a clinical trial for a new second-generation targeting drug. Because of this trial, I flew to LA once a month, and this drug was pretty hard on my body. It messed with my stomach, my muscles, my joints. It bombarded with headaches, light-headedness. That's only a few of the side effects. But in about 8 months of being there with the experimental drug, my oxygen levels began to drop. Dr. Fiedler actually hospitalized me here at Rush, and I stopped the medication. And during that time at Rush, my oxygen levels started to move back up. So it was directly related to the drug. So I was sent home on oxygen. After my oxygen, being sent home on the oxygen, I did get radiation, thanks to Dr. M. I don't try to pronounce his last name. And tried the drug again, but my oxygen levels dropped again. So I stopped the trial. Dr. Fiedler found another trial drug for me, but that didn't work. And then we started back on the old classic chemotherapies for lung cancer. But I was having a hard time with them this time because I was reacting to them, having an allergic reaction. They weren't working and my body was suffering. So on the morning of October 29th, 2018, I logged onto my chart and I sent Dr. Fiedler the following email. I said, "Good morning." I'm sorry, I'm going to embarrass myself. "Good morning, Dr. Fiedler. Do you know somebody to help with depression? And is it too soon to stop treatment?" Like I said before, these treatments weren't working on my body and it was suffering. And I was done. My muscles hurt, my joints hurt. I just wanted to live my last days in peace. And Dr. Fiedler emailed me back, "Call me." So I called her and she said she had one more idea for treatment. This treatment had positive results in studies and it had pretty low side effects. This treatment was a combination of a chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and Avastin. because I trusted Dr. Fiddler, I said, okay. So the next week I went in for my first treatment of the new combination. I was very apprehensive, but my whole family was there with me as they've been through this whole journey. Afterwards, I actually felt a little bit better. That was a weird feeling. I had not felt better in a while. I wasn't used to it. During the next infusion, I had an allergic reaction to just the chemotherapy, which is part of the combination. And of course, it's me. I can't react normally. I have to be special because I'm such a Karen. But at this point, I was feeling better with each treatment. Even with the allergic reactions, it was like my body was transforming back to how it was before cancer. So 4 months later, on March, Dr. Fiddler said that I could stop my oxygen. Don't laugh, but I thought I had to wean myself off oxygen. But I was officially not on oxygen anymore. I could walk anywhere I wanted without a tube following me. Like I said before, I had reactions to the chemotherapy aspect of the treatment. Luckily, I felt so comfortable with my specialist here at Rush that I finally asked, can we just do the immunotherapy and the Avastin? And Fiddler said, sure, let's try it. So we did, and here I am before you, 2.5 years, almost 3 years later, with only a few lymph nodes in my neck and under my arm. See, I was ready to give up, but my team at Rush wasn't ready to give up on me. I was willing to be open, to try something new, and it really paid off. I know there may be a time in the future when not a single treatment will work, but it's not today, baby. As it says in Ecclesiastic, there is an appointed time for everything. There's a time for every event under heaven, a time to give birth and a time to die. But as you go down to verse 6, it says, there is a time to search and to God time to give it up as lost. I chose to search. My team doesn't give up on me. They choose to search also. So I'd like to encourage you to not give up either. Keep on searching and be survivors.